Hey YouTube, it's Prince here and you're watching HIPSTER LOCS. And in this video I'm going to be talking about why I decided to get dreadlocks. And to kind of explain what I want this channel to be about, since starting my lock journey, I've been talking to a lot of friends, I've been looking up on YouTube, Googling, talking to my family, and I have discovered that deciding to lock your hair, deciding to get dreadlocks can be really complicated, but it can also be really simple based on the resources that you have. So as for HIPSTER LOCS, I just want this channel to be another resource for all of you to have to understand what the lock journey was like for me, and also for me to share information with all of you, and to be a part of this community because I love watching dreadlock videos on YouTube. I love when I see other POCs doing this kind of stuff, so I want to be a part of that process as well. And also, if you're wondering, like, where am I? I'm currently traveling. I'm in the Philippines. I've been here for about a month, and I'm going to be staying for another month. And right now, I'm in Ifugao province. Has a lot of Mumbaki, shamanism. It's also where the world-renowned rice terraces are, and it's absolutely beautiful. But to get along with the video, why I decided to get dreadlocks. I'll give you 3 reasons right now. Reason number 1, I was inspired by other people around me. My best friend of 7 or 8 years, she decided to lock her hair maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, and her dreadlocks are pretty much like a little past her shoulders, and to see her process has been pretty amazing. I remember when she was deciding to lock her hair, I didn't really know much, I didn't really ask many questions, and I think just over the past few years, seeing a lot more people of color deciding to lock their hair, deciding to defend what that idea of black beauty is, and people are owning it. I was inspired by my best friend. I was also kind of inspired by Jaden Smith. I think he's really cool. He tries to break down a lot of barriers that black men are taught to have, and I think his dreadlocks are on point, and I watched a lot of YouTube videos about his dreadlocks. So I think definitely having people around you who are healthy examples of how to maintain and begin your locks, that's a really, really good way to start. The second reason why I decided to get dreadlocks is to reconnect with my culture and my blackness. My family's Jamaican. Both of my parents are Jamaican. I grew up going there in the summers. But despite that fact, I never really had any family that talked about dreadlocks or Rastafarian culture or natural black beauty. And I think a lot of immigrating to the US and trying to make a successful life in the United States causes a lot of that culture to be washed away. So for me, through living in the US, understanding more about my politics, participating in Black Lives Matter, going to Ferguson, spending time in Standing Rock, I realized that so much of the westernized standard of beauty is about basically shaming blackness. Having dreadlocks is another way for me to show that I'm proud of my skin, I'm proud of my race. And through reading great thinkers like Malcolm X, Angela Davis, Assata Shakur, if any of you ever had the chance to read it, a book, it was called Condemned by Bhuvani Shakur. It's basically about a man who was in prison and was falsely pegged the death squad leader during the Lucasville prison riots. And he talks about discovering his humanity and his blackness while being incarcerated. And I think so many of these messages that I've been trying to internalize and consume over the past 2 or 3 years has sort of led me to this point where reconnecting with parts of my identities and myself. Dreadlocks help me do that. Third reason why I'm glad to have dreadlocks, become a part of a community. I thought about getting dreadlocks for maybe 6 to 7 months before I actually decided to do it, and it involved research, it involved talking to my friends who had dreadlocks, talking to friends who didn't. Before I decided to lock my hair, even just meeting other people that had their hair locked and asking, hey, how did you start? What do you do to maintain it? How often do you wash your hair? There's definitely a community of people. When I'm traveling or when I'm anywhere and I see someone with dreadlocks, I feel more inclined to talk to them and to get to know them and to ask, how long have you been locking your hair? I think that aspect is definitely really beautiful as well, because it gets into, one, having pride into the skin that you're born in, the texture of hair that you have, and then being willing to be a part of a community of people that want to support each other in that process. Those are my 3 reasons why I decided to lock my hair, and I'm going to be updating this channel over time. As you can see, I have a high top fade. I like the way that I look when I don't have hair on the sides. And I'm about 5 months in. Today is January 20th, and I started locking my hair on August 2nd, so I'm almost 6 months into the locking journey. I'm gonna give a lock update video sometime soon, talk to you about where I feel my hair is, things that I'm thinking about as far as my hair, and I want to do a lot more about the types of oils you can use to moisturize your scalp, the different ways that people choose to maintain their locks, and things that I recommend, things that I don't. And it's all a journey. Everyone's hair is different. When someone tells you that one thing is great for everyone's hair, don't believe that, and kind of figure out what's right for you. But this is Prince with Hipster Locks, and I just gave you 3 reasons why I decided to get dreadlocks. So comment below with why you decided to get dreadlocks. Like this video, subscribe, recommend some other dreadlock channels to me if you know of any that are really good. I know I definitely watch a few, but I'm always looking for more to check out. And continue watching my videos. This is the first one, and there's only more to come. I'm gonna give you one last view of where I am because I'm in the Philippines and it is absolutely